Hi, welcome to the virtual Redesign conference in October of 2020. We're glad to have you with us today. In this video, we're going to dive into personalized learning and that Kansas definition. My name is Sarah Perryman. I'm the Redesign coordinator here at KSDE, and we are excited to jump into this essential redesign principle of personalized learning. Kansans Can Redesign has 4 essential principles. When engaging in the redesign process, schools are tasked with employing strategies that impact these 4 principles. The principle that we're going to talk about today is personalizing learning. What does that mean, and what does it look like? The Kansas definition has 3 parts. We have our definition statement, we have some teacher actions, and then we have student benefits. Let's start by examining that definition. In Kansas, we define personalized learning as placing the whole child at the center of instruction. We follow up by saying that personalized learning is informed by strong educator, student, and family relationships that work to provide equity and choice in time, place, path, pace, and demonstration of learning. Then we have our essential teacher actions. We know that personalized learning, the instruction has to be intentionally designed around academic standards. And then we give some examples of what a teacher might do to personalize learning. A teacher will employ evidence-based strategies, exercise strong relationships, enlist the student in co-creation, use various instructional and digital tools, and then facilitate that interpersonal, intrapersonal, and cognitive competency development. And we know that when we personalize learning, our students benefit. Students have more ownership of their learning. We know that we can help create lifelong learners by personalizing learning, and we can increase student engagement. And we conclude our definition statement with the line that students deserve equitable opportunities and supports. Students deserve to bring their whole selves to the learning experience. And when we personalize, students get what they deserve, and that leads to success in school and beyond. But for this video, we're going to specifically focus on that definition statement, these 2 key sentences, that personalized learning places the whole child at the center of instruction. It is informed by strong educator, student, family, and community relationships to provide equity and choice, and these 5 what we call flexibilities. And these 5 flexibilities are, again, time, place, path, pace, and demonstration of learning. Each of these 5 flexibilities comes with its own definition. So let's dive into these 5 flexibilities and examine what each of them means. When we talk about path, we are talking about students and teachers co-creating a journey. In order to co-create that journey, a student and family and teacher must get to know each other, and they must work together to make a plan. The plan is based on students' interests and students' experiences. This plan should also expose the student to new possibilities and opportunities. So when we talk about personalizing learning, and we talk about personalizing learning around path, we're talking about that co-creation element, that students, teachers, families work together to determine what it is that a student will do to progress through the educational curriculum. When we talk about place, we know that students can learn in a variety of locations, that students can learn anywhere, that based on their surroundings, based on new opportunities, experiences, and activities, that students can build competence and proficiency. So when we talk about place, we know that learning can happen anywhere. Pace means that students are able to move on after mastery. Students work at the speed it takes for them to learn. When we personalize learning, we need to make sure that we are moving at a pace that is appropriate for each learner in our classroom. And that once students have achieved mastery of a standard, that they're able to move on and gain deeper learning opportunities in that learning environment. When we talk about time, we're talking about time of day, and that learning is not limited to time in school. Yes, our students need time to rest, they need time to eat and relax and socialize and exercise, and that learning can occur in formal and informal ways. Because again, student learning is not limited to the time spent in school. And then the last flexibility that we examine when talking about how to personalize learning for students is demonstration of learning. We know that students can show competencies in different ways, that there are a myriad of ways that they can show mastery. It's important that we have common expectations and rubrics so that students know how to talk about what it is that they've learned. So when we talk about personalized learning, we're talking about giving students the opportunity to demonstrate learning in a myriad of ways, in different places, at different time, and at different rates. So as you engage in this next part of the video, I'm going to ask that you get out that paper and pencil, take some notes, and work to answer these questions. We're going to review the definition of personalized learning and those 5 flexibilities, but then we're also going to look at what are some trends when it comes to personalized learning research, and how does all of this connect to what competencies are when looking at the definitions laid out and navigating change. So as you're going through these next 3 slides, the definition, research, and navigating change definitions of competencies, think about how do these 3 align, what might be some differences, and then what are some small steps you can take now and what might need some more exploration. So again, I encourage you to get out your paper and pencil, and you'll want to pause this video so that you can engage in some active note-taking. So read through this definition on your own. What are some essential elements? Yes, we know that those 5 flexibilities are some key terms, but what are some other key terms that are important for you to pinpoint in this video? For example, whole child. What does that mean to you? Take a moment, pause this video, and just take some notes on the definition of personalized learning. Now that you've taken some notes on personalized learning, let's examine some 5 commonalities from research on personalized learning. So again, you're encouraged to pause this video and take some notes. Some trends that we see in personalized learning: student agency, progression based off mastery, having those relationships again, flexibility, and integration of social, emotional, and academic development. As you take notes over this slide, connect it to the definition that you reviewed on the previous slide. Once you're done taking some notes, unpause and move on. The last element that we're going to examine today is, what does it mean to be a competency? What are competencies? If we review the Navigating Change document, we see that competencies are defined using these different terms and ideas. We know that a competency, according to our document, is meaningful learning. It's broadly stated. It usually crosses content boundaries. We know that students have to own those competencies. They're designed with the end in mind. They're connected to our standards. And again, there's flexibility when it comes to path and demonstration. Pause this slide, take some notes, and again, connect it to what you've learned about the definition and about personalized learning research in general. Take some notes, and when you're done, unpause this video and move on. So again, the task that you were given when reviewing the definition, the research, and navigating change was to determine how do these align, what differences exist, and what are some small steps you can take now, and then things that you want to explore later. Hopefully you've been able to see that student voice, choice, and that those 5 flexibilities connect personalized learning to navigating change. The definition of personalized learning in Kansas is supported by research, and it will support you in implementing a curriculum that's based on competencies in your own classroom. So if you have any more questions about what does it mean to personalize learning, please feel free to contact the KSDE Redesign team. You can reach all of us at redesign@ksde.org, or you can email us individually. We encourage you to go back to the KSDE virtual conference webpage and engage in more asynchronous professional learning.